Have you ever looked at your marriage late at night, in complete silence, and wondered, why did this person come into my life? Why do some relationships feel deeply peaceful, almost as if two souls were always meant to meet, while others become filled with emotional pain, misunderstandings, distance, and tears? Why do some couples feel an instant connection from the very first moment, as though they have known each other forever, while others struggle for years trying to understand one another? Perhaps you have loved someone deeply, yet still felt lonely beside them. Perhaps you gave your heart completely, but still experienced rejection, emotional coldness, or repeated conflict. And maybe somewhere inside, you have quietly asked yourself, is this really just coincidence? Or is there a deeper reason behind all of this? According to the spiritual wisdom of Paramahansa Yogananda, many relationships are not random accidents of life. Some souls meet because of unfinished emotional lessons carried across time. Some marriages may begin long before two people are even born, not as punishment from the universe, but as a sacred opportunity for growth, healing, forgiveness, and spiritual awakening. The person you married may not only be your partner, they may also be the mirror sent to reveal your deepest fears, hidden wounds, attachments, and inner strengths. And what if the struggles inside your relationship are not there to destroy you, but to awaken you? In this video, we will explore the hidden spiritual truth behind marriage, karma, destiny, soul connections, and the deeper meaning behind the people who enter our lives. Listen carefully, because this message may completely change the way you see your relationship forever. Many people enter marriage believing they have finally found the person who will complete them emotionally, remove their loneliness, and bring permanent happiness into their life. In the beginning, everything often feels beautiful. There's excitement, emotional closeness, long conversations, affection, and hope for the future. Two people promise to support each other forever. But slowly, after months or years, something begins to change. Small misunderstandings become repeated arguments. Silence replaces connection. One partner feels ignored, while the other feels emotionally exhausted and misunderstood. Sometimes both people are trying their best, yet they still continue hurting each other without understanding why. This is one of the deepest pains a human being can experience, feeling emotionally alone beside the person they once loved most. Many couples secretly suffer in silence. A husband may feel unappreciated no matter how hard he works. A wife may feel emotionally unseen even while caring deeply for the family. Some people constantly fear abandonment. Others become controlling because they are afraid of losing love. And often, these reactions are not created only by the present moment. They come from hidden emotional patterns buried deep within the subconscious mind. Childhood wounds, past emotional pain, fear of rejection, insecurity, attachment, and unresolved inner suffering slowly begin appearing inside the marriage. Then the relationship becomes more than just two people living together. It becomes a mirror reflecting everything hidden inside them. According to the spiritual wisdom of Paramahansa Yogananda, relationships are not only about romance and companionship. They are sacred opportunities where the soul's weaknesses, attachments, fears, and emotional lessons rise to the surface so they can finally be understood and healed. Sometimes the real problem in marriage is not the other person at all. Sometimes the deepest struggle is the pain, fear, and emotional confusion we still carry within ourselves. Section 2. Why this happens. Why do certain relationships bring so much emotional intensity into our lives? Why do some people trigger our deepest fears, insecurities, anger, or sadness, while others make us feel peaceful and emotionally safe? According to the spiritual understanding taught by Paramahansa Yogananda, human relationships are not guided only by physical attraction or external circumstances. Beneath every connection, there are deeper emotional and spiritual forces at work. Every thought we repeatedly think, every emotion we strongly hold, and every painful or loving experience leaves an impression upon the subconscious mind. Over time, these impressions silently shape our personality, our reactions, and even the type of people we attract into our lives. This is why many people unknowingly repeat the same emotional patterns again and again. A person who fears rejection may constantly attract emotionally distant partners. Someone who never learns self-worth may continue entering relationships where they feel ignored or undervalued. And often, they do not understand why the same pain keeps returning in different forms. Spiritually, these repeating experiences are not meaningless punishments. They are opportunities for awareness. Life keeps presenting similar lessons until the soul becomes conscious enough to grow beyond them. Yogananda described life as a divine school for the soul, where relationships become powerful classrooms for inner transformation. Sometimes the people closest to us awaken emotions we did not even know existed inside us. They expose our attachments, ego, fears, expectations, and emotional wounds. But this exposure is not always meant to harm us. Sometimes it is the first step toward healing. The person who hurts you emotionally may unknowingly reveal the exact part of yourself that still needs love, wisdom, and inner peace. And when you begin understanding this truth, your perspective changes completely. You stop seeing relationships only as sources of pleasure or pain. You begin seeing them as mirrors helping the soul awaken, mature, and move closer toward deeper spiritual understanding. Many people hear the word karma and immediately think of punishment, suffering, or fate that cannot be changed. But true spiritual wisdom teaches something much deeper and more compassionate. Karma is simply the law of energy, cause, and effect. Every thought we repeatedly hold, every emotional habit we strengthen, and every action we take slowly creates patterns within our consciousness. These patterns shape how we think, how we react emotionally, and even the kind of relationships we experience in life. According to the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, the soul carries impressions from past experiences, and these impressions continue influencing our present life until they are understood and transformed. This is why some relationships feel strangely familiar from the beginning, as though two souls have known each other before. Sometimes people meet not only because of love, but because there are emotional lessons still waiting to be completed. One person may need to learn forgiveness. Another may need to overcome attachment, pride, jealousy, or emotional dependence. Marriage often becomes the sacred space where these hidden inner patterns finally rise to the surface. A controlling partner may actually carry deep fear inside. A person who constantly seeks validation may still feel unworthy within themselves. And unless these patterns become conscious, they continue creating pain again and again. But destiny is not a prison. Meeting someone may be karmic, but how you respond to the relationship creates your future karma. Every moment gives you a new spiritual choice. You can react with anger, ego, blame, and emotional cruelty, or you can respond with awareness, patience, compassion, and self-control. This is where true spiritual growth begins. Sometimes the greatest purpose of marriage is not simply happiness, but transformation. The relationship becomes a mirror where the soul can finally see itself clearly. And through that awareness, old suffering slowly begins to lose its power, allowing wisdom, healing, and deeper love to enter the heart. Sometimes the signs of a karmic or spiritually significant relationship are very subtle, yet deeply powerful. Many people experience an instant emotional connection with someone they have just met. Without any logical explanation, they feel strangely familiar, comfortable, or emotionally attached, as if the soul recognizes something beyond this lifetime. Others may enter relationships that feel intensely emotional from the very beginning, filled with deep attraction, strong attachment, repeated conflict, or emotional highs and lows that are difficult to understand. According to the spiritual insights shared by Paramahansa Yogananda, these experiences may sometimes reflect deeper inner patterns and unfinished emotional lessons that the soul is trying to resolve. One of the clearest signs is repetition. A person may repeatedly attract the same type of partner again and again, even when the faces and situations change. Someone may continue attracting emotionally unavailable people. Another may repeatedly experience betrayal, control, emotional neglect, or abandonment. At first, it feels like bad luck. But spiritually, life may be trying to reveal an unhealed wound hidden inside the subconscious mind. Consider a simple real-life example. A husband becomes angry whenever he feels criticized, while his wife becomes silent and emotionally distant whenever conflict appears. Over time, both suffer deeply. But beneath the surface, the husband may carry fear of failure or rejection from childhood, while the wife may carry emotional wounds connected to fear and insecurity. Without awareness, they continue hurting each other unconsciously. With awareness, compassion begins replacing blame. Another powerful sign is when a difficult relationship unexpectedly pushes someone towards spiritual growth. Many people begin praying, meditating, reflecting deeply, or searching for inner peace only after emotional suffering shakes their life. Pain often breaks the illusion that external love alone can permanently complete the soul. And through that pain, many people slowly awaken to deeper wisdom, emotional maturity, and spiritual understanding. Sometimes the relationship that caused the deepest tears also becomes the doorway to the soul's greatest transformation. When marriage becomes painful, many people immediately ask, "Why is this happening to me?" But according to the spiritual wisdom of Paramahansa Yogananda, a more powerful question is, what is this experience trying to teach me? The moment this question enters the heart, healing slowly begins. Most people try to change their partner first, but true transformation often starts within ourselves. Every relationship reveals something hidden inside us. Our fears, expectations, attachments, insecurities, emotional wounds, and unconscious reactions. This does not mean accepting unhealthy behavior or remaining silent in situations of disrespect or abuse. It means becoming aware of our own inner state instead of reacting blindly through anger, ego, or emotional pain. Healing begins when we learn to observe ourselves honestly. Notice how quickly the mind becomes defensive. Notice how certain words trigger emotional reactions. Notice how past pain silently influences present conversations. Awareness creates space between emotion and reaction, and inside that space, wisdom can grow. Sometimes one calm response can prevent hours of suffering. Sometimes listening with compassion heals more deeply than trying to win an argument. Many marriages suffer not because love completely disappeared, but because emotional pain became stronger than understanding. This is why inner peace is so important. Yogananda taught that without peace inside, no external relationship can create lasting happiness. But when a person becomes calmer within, their energy slowly changes the atmosphere around them. Practical healing can begin through small daily actions. Speaking gently, practicing patience, praying together, spending quiet time without conflict, expressing gratitude, and learning to pause before reacting emotionally. Meditation and self-reflection also help calm the restless mind and reduce emotional negativity. Most importantly, remember that your soul is greater than any temporary emotional storm. Marriage is not only about receiving love from another person. It is also about learning how to give love with greater wisdom, maturity, balance, and spiritual awareness. And sometimes, through patience and conscious effort, even a wounded relationship can slowly become a path toward healing and inner awakening. At the deepest spiritual level, marriage is not only about romance, attraction, companionship, or building a life together. According to the wisdom-inspired teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, Every close relationship carries the possibility of awakening the soul. Some people enter our lives to bring comfort and peace, while others arrive to challenge our ego, expose our emotional weaknesses, and push us toward inner growth. In the beginning, most people seek love mainly for happiness and emotional fulfillment. But over time, life often reveals a deeper truth. Relationships are also sacred mirrors. They reveal our patience, our fears, our attachments, our expectations, and our ability to love beyond selfishness. Sometimes the greatest spiritual lessons come through disappointment, misunderstanding, loneliness, or emotional pain. Not because suffering itself is holy, but because difficult experiences often break the illusions of the ego and force the soul to search for deeper wisdom. A person who once depended completely on another human being for happiness may slowly discover the importance of inner peace. Someone who constantly blamed others may finally begin understanding their own emotional patterns. And someone who once reacted with anger may slowly learn compassion, forgiveness, and self-control. This is how the soul evolves. Marriage becomes more than a worldly relationship. It becomes part of the soul's spiritual journey. Even imperfect relationships can become sacred when approached with awareness and sincerity. Two people do not need to be perfect to grow together spiritually. They simply need humility, patience, honesty, and willingness to learn. Sometimes the person who caused your deepest emotional struggles also helped awaken your deepest spiritual strength. And when you begin seeing relationships through this higher understanding, bitterness slowly transforms into wisdom. You stop asking only, "Why did this happen to me?" and begin asking, "How is this experience helping my soul grow?" That question changes everything. Because true awakening begins the moment suffering is transformed into consciousness, compassion, and inner light. As we come to the end of this journey, take a quiet moment and reflect deeply on your own relationships, your own emotional experiences, and the lessons life may be trying to teach your soul through them. Perhaps your marriage was never just a random meeting between two people. Perhaps there was a deeper spiritual purpose behind the connection. A purpose hidden beneath the joys, the misunderstandings, the tears, and even the struggles. According to the wisdom-inspired teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, every soul enters life carrying lessons, karmic patterns, and opportunities for growth. And sometimes, the very person who challenges us the most also helps awaken the deepest strength, compassion, and wisdom within us. So instead of asking only, "Why is this happening to me?" maybe begin asking, "What is my soul learning through this experience?" That single question can slowly transform pain into awareness, anger into understanding, and suffering into spiritual growth. Remember, healing does not happen in one day. Inner peace grows slowly through awareness, patience, prayer, self-reflection, and conscious love. And no matter how difficult life feels right now, your soul is always capable of growth, transformation, and light. If this message touched your heart in any way, please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would truly love to hear your experiences, reflections, or what lesson resonated most deeply with you in this video. And also tell me, what spiritual topic would you like to hear in the next video? Your suggestions help this community grow together in wisdom and inner peace. If you feel these teachings bring comfort and clarity to your life, gently subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone who may need it, and continue walking this spiritual journey with us. Until we meet again, may your heart remain peaceful, your mind remain calm, and your soul move closer to divine truth. Jai Gurudev.